time to head to the voicemail for Truth and Reason. The topic, the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, this is James Tyler, long time Browns fan. Hey, I'm wondering, does anybody know anything about two players on their defensive line that really have me intrigued? Marvin Wilson and Curtis Weaver. How they've done in this? How they did in the mini camp? What are your thoughts on those two players?
So, Mac Robinson, I'll let you take that away. I do have a thought, but guests first. Go ahead, Mac.
So, for me, I look at Curtis Weaver. I think that he's somebody who went a little under the radar. You know, he was a late training camp pickup. He was a fifth-round draft pick last year, picked up by Andrew Berry and was stashed on IR. And, you know, from everything that I've heard from the Browns and, you know, in general coming out of Berea, you know, I hear that Weaver looks pretty good. You know, he's come in, you know, he's worked on his body all offseason. Obviously, you know, he was rehabbing. But at the same time, too, I think that Weaver is somebody who's an interesting lottery ticket. You know, I think that he's somebody where if you can get some production out of him, all of a sudden you get that rotation of him, Porter Gustin, you mix in Myles Garrett along with, you know, Clowney and McKinley. I do think that he's somebody who can make an impact, but I think that he's somebody who at this point, you know, we're not necessarily sure what we're going to be able to see on the field. We haven't necessarily seen him as much in practice. So I look at him and I'm interested. I'm interested to see how he plays. Now, Wilson, I would say this, I'm going to temper expectations just because keep in mind he is an undrafted free agent. Now, I understand that he had the injury issues. And his talent was there. You know, he was somebody who was, you know, valued in that third round range. But, you know, for him to come onto the Browns, I think that he's going to be somebody who can be a little mixed in. He can, you know, take some time with him, you know, get him some reps, slowly bring him along because you have Jordan Elliott, who was taken in round 3 last year. I think that, you know, Wilson can be interesting depth. And I think that he's somebody who, you know, we have to keep in mind, again, you know, even though they signed him to a massive free agent deal, he also is valued at a 6th-round pick for that guaranteed money that they gave him. So, you know, I think you kind of temper expectations. I think he's going to be quality depth, but I think he can grow into more, you know, in that interior defensive line.
Yeah, and I would say both those guys probably they're looking at guys that they can develop, young guys, because that's what Andrew Berry wants to do. He wants to get young guys that he can develop. And Wilson, after his freshman year at Florida State, was thought to be maybe a first-round pick, you know, early second, late first, and then didn't play as well, was injured some, and when he came back from the injury, didn't play as well.